Welcome to the Impactful Engineer Project. I'm Steve Maxey, and with my co-host and brother Jake, we are here to bring you guidance, fresh ideas, and the tools to help you become an impactful engineer. Engineers don't fail because they lack technical skill. They fail because they never learn how to lead, communicate, and take ownership. This is the Impactful Engineer. We give you the blueprint for career excellence and not textbook answers. I'm Steve Maxey, a senior manager in product development, and I'm here with my brother Jake, owner and principal engineer at NLS Engineering. If you're done with the status quo and ready to take control of your career, then you're listening to the right show. Hello, Jacob.
Hello, sir.
How are you today?
Doing good, man.
Excellent. Excellent.
The same stuff that I do every day.
Yeah, work.
Business.
Let's
go. Let's go. Well, it's summertime and it's around 4th of July. It's a little bit after. So we've been, doing the vacation thing and having fun, taking time off, hanging out with family. More so than I normally do because I get plenty of family time too.
Yeah.
Because it's basically all I do is work and hang out with
work and family.
That's it. Yep.
Family and work.
But it's been just a little more skewed towards relaxation and hanging out, which I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Just gain some pounds, getting a little heavier, getting a little rounder in the gut momentarily. Because
it's a short season of family,
If I'm not focused on work, then I like to relax and play. And then part of relaxing and playing is eating a bunch of nice food. So really, it's committing to the business that makes me be fit most of the time. Because I do not I'm typing. I can't just slam potato chips while I'm typing.
So the new fad diet that's going to sweep the nation is going to be just work hard.
Just have 1,000 million emails that you have to review and SOPs you got to put together and onboarding packages and hiring new people and reviewing end of day reports and and designing and doing all of it. Customer success, customer coordination,
customer
project
firing.
Management. It's like, oh man, the little Monday morning meetings or whatever you're doing, like a staffing meeting, and you got little names like, oh, this person's doing. My name's on every single row of 1,000.
Hey.
Oh, I wonder who's doing that today. Oh, that'd be Jake.
That would be me. Who dropped the ball here? Oh, that would be me.
we need to have a project debrief on this one. So I'll just think about it in my head and we're done. Yep. Let's schedule that one. Okay, right now. What we can do better next time. But we'll do that. Okay, great.
Yep. Jot that down.
Yeah, jot that down. Oh, geez.
Awesome. Well, I have a little topic to talk about. First, I can just go into our episode types real quick. First is our standard episode type, me and you or I. Either or. We'll get on here, present a topic that we want to introduce, and we'll go through the why and the how around that concept and give some tips to inspire some action.
There you go.
Yeah. And our other major type is having a guest on. And we have one coming in a couple weeks. So that's getting set up here pretty soon. And I'm really looking forward to that one as well. And
she's going to be a really great guest.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So basically, we bring in an expert in a particular field, share their perspective, mindset, some actionable tips around their area of genius, right?
Yeah.
So,
because 165 episodes in, you don't want to listen to us anymore.
Yeah.
Although, I do remember the line that I really like. It's that we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. And I really liked that one when I heard it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just keep reminding people and ourselves as we talk about it, right? We're like, oh, yeah.
That's one of the biggest benefits of doing the podcast is we remind ourselves a lot of the things that help, right?
Dude, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of you know how many things I would drop or just miscommunicate or like not be the best that it could be if I wasn't so practiced in dishing it out every week, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, because I'm subconsciously looking for topics too as I work. And it's like, oh yeah, that's super important. Like, this is why this turned out this way. This is why I have the reaction from the client right now, telling me about how much they appreciate the steps I took and the ease at which they could make their decision. I'm like, yes, that's because I deployed the stuff that I talk about. Very
Exactly.
clear, concise, with solutions ahead of time and a decision to be made, and that's it. And it's very clear. It's like, okay, cool. So like, yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting because that actually plays into this topic that I'd like to talk about, because it's a multifaceted reminder of like a lot of the different things that we talk about, but kind of packaging it maybe in a different perspective, or maybe even the same perspective. Who knows? We'll find out. But
well, for someone listening, it'll be different, maybe.
Yeah, maybe
and that's when it
a
really sinks in. Yeah,
right? Yeah.
If you can think of the same thing with 5 different frames, then you can choose the one that works for the moment you're in. It's super helpful. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, earlier this week, I noticed a few things, around the office that were happening, and that's kind of where I'm pulling this from, is that we will have like a big meeting, right? And people are asking the engineers about their projects, and the engineers will have all the knowledge and the data for their projects, the wins, the losses, and what's going on, and the timelines and all that good stuff. But when they speak back to whoever's asking them a question, they use a very passive language. They use tones of voice that makes the executive teams and the leaders around the table like think that they just don't know what they're talking about. Not that they don't know, they do. They are actually well versed in everything that they're talking about, but because of the way and they're saying things, and then the words that they're choosing to communicate, that perspective is different than what you're hoping for, right? And so that's really what I want to talk about is how can you change your communication? How can you think about like your delivery to make sure that people know that you're confident in what you're talking about and have the authority of the subject matter? So first is passive language, right? A lot of people, and I am very guilty of this. So this is like, the pot calling the kettle black kind of thing, is
the reminder to yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. Is saying like, I think a lot, right? Oh, I think that's, this and this and that, or oh, yeah, we should do this. And, that kind of language. It's like, no, it'd be like,
or like hedging too. Like you can just spew anxiousness and like doubt if you try to hedge before you try to set everybody up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, this might be dumb, but it's like, okay, you've lost everybody and they think you don't know anything.
All the confidence is gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, changing your, and the other thing is like the tone, right? It's like real soft, or like it's almost like a question is their response more than an assertive, like, response at all. They're like, oh, I think it's this, or something like that. It's like, no, dude, you just lost it right there. So changing your response would be like, hey, this is going to be done at this time, or this happened, and we are countering that with these other action items, or this person, I'm expecting a delivery from them at this time, and that's when this will happen. Like, be very direct and authoritative in your response. And that inspires a lot of confidence in whoever's listening to your response.
Yeah. I used to do that a lot in certain situations. Bring all the context. It even bleeds into my email writing as well, where it's much more important to be even shorter and more concise and just factual, data-driven communication. And that was a big deal for me a while ago.
Yeah.
Now I've got it down, but it would bring unsolicited, that's the right word, responses that had nothing to do with what I was trying to convey or what I was trying to get back. because I had lost them in this context string that was enormous.
Yeah.
So try not to do that either.
Yeah. And I want to give a couple tactics here because this is not easy. I mean, I'm still trying to get over this habit, right? I'm pretty bad about it.
You know where it comes from for me is that I just want them to know where I'm coming from at all times.
Yeah, and
instead
people don't give a shit. That's the thing.
Well, they don't give a shit. Plus, you got to think about how they're engaging with the content. Whether you're speaking to them in a room or you're writing an email, you've got to think about putting yourself on the receiving end of what you're delivering and erase what you would think you would want from yourself and look at what if you were super busy and you had this 3-minute window to come in, hear what this other person had to say, and then make a very important decision, you'd want it to just be short, just the facts, very confident that other person had spent 17,000 hours thinking about what they're going to deliver to you and that it was already polished.
Yeah.
If they start going into contextualizing and hedging and explaining and blah, 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 then you lose that confidence for that little window that you're going to listen. So that's where that comes from for me.
Yeah, on email list or on emailing responses, what helps me the most is just using bulleted lists after like the actual response, right? So I'll be like, "This happened, blah blah blah," and then I'll put a bulleted list underneath it and be like, pulling the timeline in by X because by doing this, that and I'll add a couple of supporting bullets, like maybe 2, maybe 3 at the most, just to support that statement. But the statement is front and center of what I want to communicate.
Hey, my fellow impactful engineers, if there's one thing that you could do to help out this community, it's to keep listening to the podcast, but also if you found value in it, to share it with one person, give us a 5-star review, or even leave a text review. It'll only take a few seconds of your time. Find that person that you think could enjoy some of this or learn from it, and pass on the good word. Now back to the show. The fatigue, too. That's why that works for you. The fatigue of the person engaging. So like my framework for making a decision and presenting it / recording it per email is to tell them what we're doing up front, just like you said. We are going to replace the service entrance.
Yes.
If you don't replace the service entrance, that is an option, but you risk maybe just 2 more, 3 more words.
Exactly.
Maybe a sentence. And then I say, so that's the thing. Choose it. I recommend you replace it. Here's the other option I don't recommend. That's the top of the email. And then I love to just say, if you want to read more detail, because you need more context behind this, read on. And then I go in and I explain. So the decisions up front, they can choose to fatigue themselves. And actually by being prepared and prompted to say, you can read on, here's the details, they'll be more engaged to pay attention. Instead of starting with all the detail, with no actions or decisions, and they have to weed their way through, that's when the fatigue starts happening.
Yeah. Think of like articles and stuff, right? What's the most effective way to write an article? Have an abstract up front.
Yeah, it's the whole summary thing up front.
You know what I mean?
Executive summary and abstract. Yeah.
And so another strategy I like doing on emails specifically is I will have that abstract, that short little summary, a couple bulleted list, whatever it is, in the email itself. And I was like, if see attached for data or more detail, right? And then in the attachment, so it's not actually in a long email, it's a file that has the more strung out data. That way, when they're like, pounding through their emails, that email is very short, concise, and then they get all the critical information that they need. And they don't choose to read the wrong information and get the wrong idea. It's like, that's the information I want them to read. And then if they want more, they can open up the attachment and be more specific about it.
Yep. And since we're on the topic of emails, I have found that you can get someone's attention real quick if it's a big, gnarly, hairy problem that you're going to be making a recommendation on and it costs a ton. I've seen most people, and I've done this too, start with the justification first and try to build up to this big decision so that it's a softer blow. But
Mm-hmm.
like we're talking about, you're seeing all this fatigue and they just want to know and you're gonna make them even more stressed out by the time they read the answer.
Yeah.
That it'll have the opposite effect. You just tell them, hey, we've discovered that this needs to happen. Our recommendation is this, and it's going to cost you $1,000,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, wow, this email is really important because there's $1,000,000 cost item here. Let me read the rest of this with intent and purpose, right? Instead of starting out with, possibly we could have found this thing and, we would have brought it up earlier, but, we hadn't, the drawings weren't in yet and the vendor was a little late on and then they lost it and they're pissed off and they're going, what is this person trying to say? And then you hit them with the cost and they're like, oh,
I hate this person.
It's like you built them up to be angry, like hit them with the facts up front, decisions up front.
Yeah. And kind of circling back a little bit on the verbal side of things. A good tactic is write how you would respond now in like ChatGPT or whatever AI platform, and then say, reword all of these bullets to, assertive executive summary or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. Just play around with it. And then once you get responses that have the language that you're looking for, that is very confidence inspiring, grab those key words out of those responses and then just start practicing in your day-to-day using those words, right?
Yep.
Like changing the tonality of how you respond to people. Like just practice over and over and over. That's what's helped me the most, is doing things like that. Still not the best at it, but you got to start, because you're not going to advance in your career very far if you're going to be passive all the time.
Yep.
So
you tie that to the career there.
Well, yeah.
This will be damaging if you don't learn to just
absolutely.
be upfront, speak with confidence.
Yeah. Yep. I've seen fantastic engineers plateau very early because they cannot communicate appropriately. And then I've seen engineers who are relatively new in their career move very, very fast through the ranks because leadership loves the way that they execute and loves the way that they communicate and that execution to them. You could literally do the same thing, but if you communicate it shitty, you're going nowhere. And if you communicate it effectively, you're going all the places.
Yeah, and I don't even know if people still think this way, but I experienced it early in my career. The reason that happens, from my point of view, okay, is that knowledge is a shared resource, and that one single person doesn't make all of the decisions or have all of the experience to make the right decision. So if someone new comes in and they know how to utilize the collective intelligence and experience of the people around them and speaks confidently when making decisions, they're going to move up fast. The most experienced, siloed engineer could then take that person that moved up really fast, grill them about a whole bunch of technical shit that they think is important, and they'll fail miserably. And then they'll use that as justification for, why did this person move up so fast? Why are they near my pay rate already? They don't know anything that I know. It's because it's not about one person knowing everything. It's about who can use the collective intelligence and experience of the company and point it in the right direction and make the company money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about.
Yeah. And who's visible doing it.
And then, yes, if you do that without any visibility, then no one knows to promote you. Sure. So then you have to advocate for yourself and do all the other shit that we talk about for 165 episodes. But yeah, I wanted to make that point. I've seen that. I don't know if anybody still kind of feels that way. I think, lately it's, before I started the business, it was pretty well collective. But I've been in places where there's the knowledge holder and they're the most important. And how dare anybody that has less knowledge be anywhere near their prestige, Definitely not that way. Has never been that way, but sometimes it's been prioritized because, in my honest opinion, they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
And that's, I know that's arrogant, but there's just proof. I've seen it. It's just proof.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I
anyway,
think
what were we talking about?
No, we're just talking about how to think about and change your delivery in communication, so people are confident that you have the authority about what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. Think about your audience too, and the purpose of why are you opening your mouth? Because there are times when you need to provide more context and maybe start talking about the journey and the process. If you're doing some sort of lessons learned thing, it's a good idea to get into the weeds. So there's brainstorming, doing some research, trying to figure out the best idea, trying to lay out all ideas on the table to figure out the best idea. That's a good time to go into the weeds. It's about setting it too. You got to set the stage for people.
Yeah. And listen to how the question's being asked, right? If they're going, hey, what happened? They're asking for what happened, not why. Right? Like, hey, it was delayed a week. If they go, hey, why was this delayed a week? You can give a nice, concise answer. If they go, hey, can you break down for me so I can fully understand why this was delayed? Guess what? That opens the door for a more detailed explanation.
Bam. I appreciate when I ask what happened to get a response that is exactly that. What happened? We did not purchase the right breaker for the application. And therefore, see how we go, like, and therefore, you got to stop before
what
the
we're
end,
doing to
therefore.
solve it.
well, you could follow up with the solve, but I was like, I caught myself there, and therefore, no, there is no and therefore. What happened?
Gotcha. Yeah,
we ordered the wrong thing.
Yep.
And then you sit there and you be silent. What are we doing about it? Okay, cool. And therefore, I've already released
solved the problem.
Yes, the product that's going to work. We've already called the distribution center. We can return, free shipping, whatever. We can get most of it back. The new piece will be here in a week. We've already let the other people know that this delay is happening. They've told me that it doesn't change the schedule. You can get into all that stuff, but the what is, what happened is first.
It's simple as that. Just listen to the question, give the response for that question, and be concise and have authority.